Berenice's Tale by Edgar Allan Poe, copyright 1835. My name is Egeo. I come from a rich and noble family. We are all dreamers and very imaginative. I live in an enormous old house. For me, the library was the most important room. I have a lot of memories of that room. It was an extraordinary place with very strange things in it. My mother died there and I was born there. The library was a place of imagination for me. As a boy, I read books all the time and dreamed. I remained in the house as a young man. To me, the world seemed a dream and dreams seemed real. I had a beautiful cousin. Her name was Berenice. She lived in our house, but we were very different. It was often ill and sad. She was beautiful and full of life. I lived in my head. She walked in the hills without fear. Berenice, I remember her well, but suddenly she became very ill. She changed completely, her character, her habits. I didn't know her anymore. She also had epilepsy and sometimes she went into a trance. At those times she seemed dead. But I had an illness too, an unusual one. I was a little mad. I was very interested in objects, in things. These things were not important, but I looked at them obsessively. For example, I could look for hours at a lamp or a picture in a book. Sometimes I repeat a word again and again, or I don't move for hours. I looked at things for a long time, but I didn't think about them. I just looked. When I was well, I felt very sad about Berenice's illness. But when I was ill, her physical condition fascinated me. When she was well and beautiful, I never loved her. I was a strange person. I thought a lot. I didn't feel much. Berenice was a dream to me. But now Berenice was ill. I was nervous and pale when she was near me. But I felt sorry for her. I knew she loved me. She loved me for enough time. And so one day I spoke to her about marriage. Some days before our marriage, I was in the library. Berenice came to me there. She didn't speak, and I could not speak or move. I was terrified and stared to me. She was very thin. She did not look like Berenice. Her face was so pale and sad, and her eyes were red. Suddenly she smiled, but it was a strange and terrible smile. Slowly she showed in her teeth. She left the room, but I could not forget her teeth. I saw them everywhere. I thought about them all the time. I want them. I sat alone in the library. Night came, then morning, then night again, and still I saw the teeth. Suddenly I heard a scream and the voices. I opened the library door. A servant said, "Berenice is dead." They buried Berenice that same day. At midnight I was alone in the library. I remember very little about the day, but I had a terrible feeling. I've done something terrible. I thought, what have I done? I remember the scream of a woman, but that was all. On the table next to me was a little box. I recognized that box, but why did it frighten me so much? A servant came into the library. He looked very frightened. He said, "Someone opened Berenice's grave. She wasn't dead." She screamed. He pointed to my clothes. They were dirty. There was a space against the wall. I screamed. Then I took the box and opened it. Some little white things fell on the floor. There were 32 of them. They were thick.